brother. I got real Lion King vibes from that, with Scar and the hyenas at the end of the movie.
Lion King? I got nothing near Lion King. I almost got Jurassic Park 2. With, like...
Well, maybe it's just because I love Lion King, but...
When they hopped on the boat like that and they were just going past the shore, maybe that's when the raptors jumped on and killed everyone and hopped off.
Yeah, but the point is, it's one of those moments where the villain thinks that they've survived, only to realize they're cornered and they're about to be ripped apart.
That's true.
Which, once again, there is some comparisons.
Yeah, but that happens a lot.
It did remind me of The Lost World as well, in the fact that, like, on the boat, I thought it was the baby T-Rex that killed everyone.
No, you can read something. It's Velociraptors. I think it's a novelization of The Lost World.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've read that, yeah.
Yeah.
That book's really good.
It talks about how a group of raptors jumped on the boat. So what that reminded me of is, dinosaur quickly jumped on, killed everyone, then hopped back off before it left the island.
Yeah, there's a bit of a theory going around that Chaos and Limbo never left the boat and they kind of sailed out to sea.
They're just chilling.
I don't think so. They're baryonyx, they're Spinosaurus, aquatic dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure they can swim back that short distance to shore.
What happens if they make it back to the mainland and it just becomes...
Yeah, what happens? Yeah.
Because you know how in Dominion that's just going to be a normal part of life, just dinosaurs running around?
Yeah.
You reckon those two will just show up out of nowhere like, hey?
Maybe, but like I said,
that's great.
There's no one to steer that boat.
I mean, life finds a way.
Yeah, that's true, but yeah, I think Chaos and Limbo are still on Isla Nublar.
I reckon they are too.
Yeah, but what was I gonna point out? One thing that was a little bit disappointing for me, and Ben actually shares my thoughts of this in universe, because we are not using the Mosasaurus to her full potential, guys.
No, there's plenty more you can do with the Mosasaurus.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually two. I had basically two ideas where she could have gotten scenes in this season. The first one would have been when they're looking into her pool and they claim to see the Indominus Rex. I thought that was actually very well done. I was very pleased that they kind of tied that up.
I wish it actually showed us though.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they would have shown off the body and then we could have seen the Mosasaurus.
And then just the Mosasaurus like come into view and swim over the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And pull it back down. And then when we see Brooklyn, luring Rexy, out from her nest.
Brooklander.
You notice she's running right towards the lagoon.
Yeah.
How cool would it have been to have had Rexy stop at the edge, back up, and then have the Mosasaurus lunge out at her and have the two of them have a roaring contest?
I think that would have been pretty cool. They can't do too much to the Mosasaurus. Again, Fallen Kingdom. There's got to be, there's a group of dinosaurs that have to be, untouched.
Yeah, and as you guys saw from my own video, I made a list of all the known Isla Nublar species that haven't appeared yet. I'm not going to lie, the fact that Triceratops has not shown up at all is starting to bother me. Is it like a Marvel character that we're not allowed to use in this show?
All we've seen is Sinoceratops, which is really
Aren't there baby Triceratops in Main Street anyways?
It's good. There were back at the Paddings there before it went down.
True.
The point is, Apatosaurus, Triceratops there were two very common dinosaurs in the books and the novels and in the movies, and they have yet to appear in this canon show, which is kind of just awkward. We're getting this, it's the same herbivores every time: Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Parasaurolophus, and Brachiosaurus. And don't get me wrong, I love those dinosaurs, but I feel like we do need to try and, get a few more obscure species. Camp Cretaceous is a good opportunity for Universal to basically kind of tie up a lot of loose ends and explore ideas you can't do in the movies. And it feels like, we're not and it feels like we're missing out on a few opportunities here. Maybe it's just because I'm a writer and I feel like I notice these things. Yeah. So anyway, was there any...
it was on the tip of my tongue 20 seconds ago. Why do I keep forgetting this? Something that I've fallen in love with season 2.
Yes.
fallen in absolute love. It isn't just Brooklyn. It's the tunnel system underground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with that whole thing, and I hope it goes everywhere. I hope we, like, get a full-on... Like, that just becomes the normal thing. That's what they're going to use for the rest of the show to travel. If they need to go anywhere, tunnel to tunnel. Kind of what they did do at the end.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you know, between going for the tunnels or going above ground where there are dozens of dinosaurs roaming around, it's probably the safest way to go. I'm curious of how they got a nearly full-grown Ankylosaurus down there.
Yeah, and you even see the door behind them. The only door behind them, which apparently Bumpy would have gotten through, which is, like, just tall enough for the kids to get through.
Yeah, but, you know, once again, they can easily hand-wave that away.
Continuity error.
Yeah, but how did you guys like Bumpy being full-grown so quickly?
I just wish Bumpy just kind of got forgotten about, honestly.
I don't mind because in first season they made him go fast.
Yeah, the Baby Yoda of Camp Cretaceous needs to go.
Oh, I thought we all loved Bumpy.
No, I liked Bumpy. I kind of wish that Bumpy found the kids again, but I was really hoping that Ben didn't come back.
Yeah, same. I really hope Ben died.
Me too. That sounds so mean, but, like, it would have made the show so much more, like, intense. Like, there's actual threats here. People can actually die.
I get that, but I feel like that's going to be reserved for a live-action series. But as I said in the very first podcast, once Camp Cretaceous has been very successful, that live-action series will come. But just gotta be patient, guys. But for now, as far as things that go, I feel like we've gotten a really good show out of this.
I reckon, yeah.
Speaking of season 3, how about we go into some theories onto that?
Yes, let's talk about season 3, because we've just been dwelling on the past of season 2, which has been... Yes. I give, out of 5 stars, Camp Cretaceous season 1 was pretty good. I give it a good 4 stars. Where I'm sitting at for Camp Cretaceous season 2 is a good 3.5.
I'm probably 4 stars across the board.
Yeah,
but
fair.
I'll admit to a bit of bias because there was just a lot of T-Rex in season 2, so...
Yeah.
One other thing before we go into season 3 theories.
Yeah.
That scene where Sammy and Darius are hiding beneath the table and Rexy comes back.
Oh, yeah, her fat ass would have been sticking out the whole time.
I know, but the point is, that was a very tense scene. Like, say what you want about season 2, but they got one thing right with Rexy. Rexy is intimidating. She is this huge 9-ton towering predator, and you really feel her presence every time she's on screen.
As much as I ain't like the approaches, I'll give them that one scene where Darius pulls the sheet down to see the head. Like, that was pretty effective.
Yeah. Also, that brings me to a theory I have. That trophy head we saw was a Sinoceratops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys recall in the veterinary clinic, Sammy names a Sinoceratops Maria.
Oh no, I see.
You guys don't think?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't tell Sammy. Don't tell Sammy.
Yeah.
What are your actual thoughts on Sammy as a character? Actually, let's just talk about the kids in season 2 real quick. Because
as a whole, I really feel like they've become friends this season.
They become
really kind of.
They're more friendly, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're less at each other's throats, and they've actually become friends. Yeah. As much as Ben's change was kind of a bit much to some people, I do appreciate the more Rambo style of him than his old style. And I do genuinely believe these kids are all friends now. And I do enjoy seeing them interact with each other. Even if, they do have their little quirks and such.
Yeah, see, I believe that Darius kind of got a bit dumber and hasn't kind of used his knowledge in a way he could in this season. For some reason, Brooklyn was just amazing. Like, if she wasn't really focusing on her phone as much, which I found really good, because that was just kind of annoying for me. And without her phone, it actually gave a chance for her character to develop, instead of her character trait being the phone girl. And she was pretty fun, she was pretty nice to everyone, and she also was the one that figured out the snow flowers, the ice flowers.
Yes.
Sammy,
well, there is basically an argument to be made between which one of them is the leader, her or Darius.
I like to think she is.
She's at least the leader of the females of their little tribe.
Well, the other two females you see... let's just talk about Kenji real quick. Annoying, don't really care about him. Okay, now the two other girls, right? It's Sammy and is it... What's
Yaz.
Yaz.
Yeah.
Sammy gets on my nerves a little bit. I don't see... She doesn't have her character really doesn't have a lot to do.
No,
well, I feel like that will change in season 3 when and if Manticore comes into play.
Yeah, I feel like Manticore might just abandon her.
I don't think so, but we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Yaz is still...
Yaz is like got a leg fixed pretty much. But other than that, her whole character throughout that season was just, I can't do this because I'm hurt and that makes me sad.
That was it, yeah.
Well, how should I put this? I had a surgery a few years ago that kind of impaired me for a couple of months. And I remember getting really frustrated and angry at myself just not being able to do things I would normally be able to do. It's kind of it's kind of a relatable thing to me, so maybe I'm just a bit biased, but yeah, I get that sort of thing with her character this season.
Yeah, true, fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, they changed as much as I think I would expect from a kids show. Like in a more live action show, I expect a lot of change in the characters, but these characters, it kind of just...
Yeah, they changed enough for what the type of show it is.
Yeah, but like I said it before, I feel like this is just a consequence of the show kind of trying something that just didn't work out as well as season 1. I think the show definitely deserves a season 3.
Definitely.
And I do think it will, even out, find its level in season 3.
Yeah.
So should we start talking about season 3? Yeah. Would you like to go? Would you like to go first? It sounds like you got a couple of things you want to say.
Well,
yeah, you go first.
We didn't get Manticore this season, but they were still definitely brought up by Sammy. And as I said before, I feel like her character will be explored more when they get brought into it because she was originally a spy for them. Now, they know she got them some of the data, but not all of it. So I do think Manticore is coming. And I feel like the reason they didn't bring Manticore in this season was because they wanted to do something with the poachers. And looking back on it, if you want to put the threat level, Indominus Rex, poachers, Manticore, kind of raising the antagonist level, if you will. You can't really have Manticore then poachers. It's kind of a step down.
Yeah, true.
So Manticore will be arriving with, it won't just be 3 people like with the poachers. It will be a small army, or at least a couple dozen people, and they will have a mission, which will be, it will be to gain data. It will be to gain valuable information from Wu's lab, possibly even try and capture E750 and several other dinosaurs. And one other thing to keep in mind is Sammy has information on them, and I don't think they're going to want,
these kids off the island.
What's happening.
Oh, yeah, sure. I agree.
And, if they take the kids back to the mainland, obviously Sammy has information on them. They could just, tell everyone. But this is a dinosaur-infested island. Accidents happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily just said, we went there to go and rescue the kids. We got their beacon, but by the time we got there, it was too late. How tragic.
They will. It sounds exactly like Manticore, so...
Yeah. We've also found out that Manticore and Biocen are actually not allied. They are actually rival companies, just like Engine are. So, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't expect this to happen, but an interesting thing would be if Manticore shows up, they're the big antagonist, and instead of getting killed off by dinosaurs near the end, they actually get taken out by Biocen, who arrive on the scene.
That would be like an all-out company war. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and the kids get caught between the middle of this and possibly Dave and Roxy if they're there.
Dave.
Yeah, we all want Dave to come back.
Dave mixtapes.
But, I want to hear. That's good, but that's it for me. That's it for me on Manticore. Any theories you guys have?
I don't really know too much about Manticore. I didn't really pay too much attention to that part, even though I probably should have. But, no, honestly, the last couple of things I do remember of Manticore is they do actually have, some DNA, because they got the saliva off the dinosaur from Sammy, so...
Another thing to keep in mind is it's actually implied that... You guys remember Eddie?
Yes, he's the birthday guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Since when did he become so important? I was going through Camp Cretaceous Reddit, and there was 6 posts in a row about Eddie. And I was like, oh, what, that one birthday guy?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, apparently he's
actually implied
the most
he was
important.
A spy for Manticore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. How did I not get that?
Well, if he was a spy, it actually explains why Wu left him there to die.
That's so true.
Yes, it does.
I mean, Wu's a pretty smart guy. I think he'd figure it out eventually, and, if they're evacuating the island, people get left behind,
Especially on his birthday. If he's a spy, that might not even be his real birthday.
And isn't that the biggest conspiracy theory of all?
Yeah, but...
You guys also know there was originally Toro who was meant to finish him off?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The whole scene with the cargo containers and Eddie getting killed was eventually meant to be Toro, not the Indominus Rex. But they changed it up because they wanted to use
the Indominus
Rex more in Season 1 because,
it'll be dead in Season 2.
Time with it.
Yeah.
They have to have it returned to the Mosasaurus Lagoon by midnight.
That's great.
Yeah.
What were the chances of was it Sammy finding Darius's necklace?
I thought that was a really nice moment.
I thought it was a nice moment, but what was seriously the chances of that and all that?
Well, I figured when they got back there, it was going to turn up at some point. I mean, it's a necklace. I don't think it's big enough to really get smashed to pieces.
And the nightmare Darius has about dropping Ben?
Yeah.
When it cuts to his dad?
Yeah.
I was just like, well, this show's going there, okay.
Yeah. They haven't clearly forgotten that big, very serious reveal in Season 1. And once again, to bring back the Lion King references.
Yes.
Simba and Mufasa.
Yeah.
Also, I'm starting to notice things again from Season 1. I don't know why I'm going so far back. We should be talking about Season 3. But, Darius has so many Manticore stickers everywhere in his room.
He does?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about them.
Even on his, VR headset thing, it's Manticore.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, okay. Is he the spy? Ooh.
I don't think so. We would have gotten some sort of reveal at some point. One thing that's interesting to note about Manticore is it's spelled differently, but you guys know what a Manticore is in Greek mythology, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's an animal.
Well, a Manticore is a creature from Greek mythology. It's a monster. It's meant to have it's meant to be a combination of a bat, a scorpion, and a lion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the point is it's associated with hybrid monsters. So,
yes.
It would make sense why Eddie, remember what Eddie says Jurassic World is about creating monsters?
Yeah, true. It's always the Eddies stealing shit.
Yeah, the point is I do think Manticore is tied to whatever E750 is, and I do think they'll be coming for it specifically. What I don't think they know though is that it's been freed and it's out.
Yeah. In Season 3, do we think the kids are going to explore north more on the island and the volcano?
I do think so. I want to see them explore, different parts of this place.
Because I don't think they've been up there too much.
No.
They haven't. It would be interesting if something happens in season 3 that kind of, foreshadows the eruption of the volcano.
Yeah. I kind of hope that they don't get off the island set that they're for the events of Fallen Kingdom.
Wouldn't be something. They finally make it back to the mainland and dinosaurs get released there.
That would be amazing. Yeah, like they can easily sneak onto the ship if Claire and that did.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little bit of a stretch. But it is a...
I think it could be possible.
I do not want to see animated Owen Grady. I will be so sad.
Bro, if they did an animated Claire, her hair's gonna be so orange. I can see it already.
I don't want that.
Just close your eyes. All a bad dream, guys. That's what I do.
Yes.
Can't Cretaceous Claire
The
can't
only
hurt
thing I
me.
don't want is another boring first 3 episodes. Like season 1, like you said, like you struggled with the first 3 episodes, and this season I struggled with the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Just first 3 episodes, I want them to be like absolute bangers, and then be like, hell yeah, and watch all the way through.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, how about this then? How would you, since you guys had a bit of issues with how season 2 went with some of its episodes, how would you like season 3 to start?
A sudden cut to a whole different group of kids that have been on the island the whole time. These 2 groups of kids meet each other, and this new group of kids is better than the other kids in every single way of their personalities. There's another rich kid, there's another smart dinosaur kid, there's another Brooklyn girl, but they're all better than each other, and they don't get along. Boom, conflict.
Boom, yeah.
So we'd have a cast of 12.
Yes.
Yes.
And they'd have their
But
own...
maybe they don't even meet up until halfway through the season.
Yeah.
There could be like maybe they're the ones chilling north of the island.
Yeah, maybe.
There could be moments like, and then like you know how they set up their little camp, Cretaceous camp, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and they take them there to their camp, and they've just like unlocked this massive warehouse that they can lock, and they've got like just everything set up in there.
Yeah, see, something like dramatic, like, a sizzling start. Maybe they are, I don't know, they're running away from like a dinosaur or something. Like,
I don't want it to start with them
honestly,
running. It's
good.
always started with them running. Both seasons.
Yeah.
In season 1.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
In season 1,
All
it
the
was Darius.
seasons have started with them running. First
Yeah, it was
started off with
Darius's
video
game
of Darius.
running.
Then they're running from a T-Rex in real life in season 2.
Yeah.
I do love the fact that Rexy has continued the trait of just coming out of nowhere.
They must have their cardio up at this point.
Yeah.
Those kids must be fit.
I mean,
They must be.
here's an interesting way for the 3rd season to start.
Yeah.
Them watching the events of the prologue of Fallen Kingdom.
Ah.
What do you mean, like?
You remember the beginning of Fallen Kingdom in the rain with the Rexy and the Mosasaurus?
Yeah.
Imagine if kids are watching that, because I looked in the timeline, that takes place about 6 months after the events of Jurassic World.
That could definitely work.
Yeah.
Because where do we
The
think they're at? Where do we think they're at this moment?
kids?
Yeah, like where are they in time? You reckon? Because the poachers have come in, but
I
I don't think the poachers are gonna come in the first month or 2 because there's too much eyes on it at the moment.
No, there's a whole point where we see how many days have passed. It's been at least over a month.
Yeah. Okay. Well, only
So,
5 more until
it's-
Fallen Kingdom.
It is a
Yeah.
very real possibility that season 3 could begin with an animated version with the kids observing, Rexy chasing the technician guy as they harvest a piece of the Indominus Rex.
Yeah, or even if we don't get to see it, the kids come to Main Street again just to visit and then realize that the Mosasaurus gate's open.
That would be a horrifying realization.
And then it freaks them out because then they think there's someone on the island with them still.
Yeah. Hey, just imagine this though. Imagine if if Dave and Roxy come to the island via boat, and they get attacked by the Mosasaurus, and they end up, getting shipwrecked on them.
I think that would be really bad luck, but I think that's what Dave's famous for.
Yeah. Well, the most important thing is that Dave is still alive.
I've forgotten what his character's like. It's been too long.
I know, we all miss Dave.
Dave.
So we are all proud members of the Church of Dave. All hail Dave.
When I get
Say
I'm gonna
all
make
hail Dave.
guys link in
All
bio.
hail Dave.
Buy my Dave merch. Link in bio.
Hell yeah.
So one other theory I did have, and this I did have, is concerning Bumpy and her future now that she's fully grown.
Sex.
Yeah.
Bumpy
Good.
will have kids, and those kids
Yes.
will be taken by bad people, and then
And she'll have to try and get them back.
Then the kids have to try and get them back.
Because
Because if
Jurassic
the dinosaurs
will
try and do it, they'll get shot.
Yeah. I half expect Ben to have a catchphrase, like when he goes into battle on Bumpy, like, hang on, things are about to get bumpy.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna happen. Now that you said it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but going back into it, whatever E750 is, what do you guys think of a showdown between it and Bumpy?
I'd say Bumpy would get
Bumpy's
his ass
gonna
kicked.
die.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they're going for the whole kind of Lassie storyline with her?
I reckon this E750 is going to come out and destroy everything. Toro, killed. That would be good if they killed Toro.
Yeah,
Something that's
I mean-
something that's been on their mind for 2 whole seasons, killed in 2 seconds by this other thing.
Yeah.
Do the same to Bumpy, something that's been with them for 2 seasons, killed in seconds. Then finally
Yeah.
kill Ben.
I'd like to see both Toro and Bumpy put up a little bit more of a fight, but as I told you with my Spinoraptor theory, if you want to make an intimidating antagonist, you've got to give them, kind of an establishing moment. If we see a Spinoraptor or this hybrid kill a heavily armored herbivore like a Stegosaurus, and then take down a big carnivore like Toro, then it establishes that this thing is, formidable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will really sink into audiences if Bumpy dies from it.
Yeah, for sure. To
Yeah.
make them all sad and stuff and everything good.
Yeah, that would be,
And
another
now they
option
can
they
sell
did.
dead Bumpy toys. Comes with scratches.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing with Grimm's death, is they showed us they're not afraid to kill off named dinosaurs, at least.
Yeah, poor Graham.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing that season 2 did well is they actually established that Compsognathus are venomous.
Yes.
Yes, oh my gosh. I've been telling people
which
for
explains
years
so
that they're
much.
actually dangerous.
Yeah. But getting back to Bumpy, I personally see a scene where Roxy, Dave, and the kids are on a boat or, some other way of getting off the island, and as they're escaping, E750 goes on the attack, and Bumpy kind of just, holds it off as they're escaping.
What's the chances Bumpy tries to hop on their little raft thing and it starts sinking?
Yeah.
Because 50-50.